This is what most founders get wrong about customer feedback. So when a customer tells you, I want something, the immediate instinct is to kind of go in there, build that thing for them, and give it in their hands to make them feel like, we really care about them. But as founders, I think the priority is to not just listen, but to understand. When a customer comes and tells you, okay, I want something, I think the right way to go about acting on that feedback is to deconstruct what it is that they really want first. Hypothesize. You can't know for sure. So hypothesize, come up with a thesis, come up with a theory for why do you think that they really want that? What's the problem they have? What are they really looking for? And then come up with ideas that build solutions towards addressing that need, desire, problem, etc. So once you have that idea, list down what assumptions need to be true for that idea to come to life, right? And once you have the list of assumptions, and you need to look at this from a point of an engineering perspective, the design perspective, or like the desirability of is this something that customers value, and the business perspective. Once you've listed assumptions from these three points of view, then you go about testing these assumptions, right? You don't try to test ideas, right? Because every idea has the potential to be a great idea, right? What stops an idea from being a great idea is untested assumptions. Is the fact that you just assume that you understand everything about this idea for it to be able to work tomorrow. You want to test the assumptions and not ideas. And what you'll find is that many ideas have the same underlying assumptions. So when you test assumptions, sometimes you also invalidate groups of ideas. And so you're going to get into a space where you're going to be ideating a lot more. And with each iteration of assumption testing, the quality of your ideas is going to get a lot better. And so what happens is that you start thinking a lot more in tune with what the reality of things is. And so when you do that, and then you come up with ideas that are aligned with reality, don't shoot down ideas, right? Like list down assumptions and shoot down assumptions. Don't shoot down ideas. So as you do this over time, what you'll see is that you will start to build things of immense value for your customers, and customers start loving your product for it. That's how you actually deliver on customer feedback. You don't just take the feedback and build it and hope that the customer will like it. You take the feedback, you theorize about why they require this, you come up with ideas, you list down what are the assumptions underlying those ideas, and then you test those ideas. And only once you've tested those ideas, you'll know if your ideas need how your ideas need to be tweaked. And then you tweak your ideas, and then you rinse and repeat until then you're finally solving that for the problem, need, or desire that the customer has. And then you ship that to the customer, and that's how the customers find value. When you do this process, customers don't just see you as someone who listens to what they have to say. They see you as someone who truly understands what they need. And I think that's what that's the underlying foundation for any great brand. Uh, the feeling that the customer gets, that I feel understood. That's what you want to aim for, not just trying to deliver on the ideas. Everything I spoke about in this video has been an outcome of my understanding and discovery of this amazing book called Continuous Discovery Habits. This is by Teresa Torres. I recommend every one of you, if you're into building products, if you're into building startups, if you're into anything related to product discovery, uh, this is a book that will really lay down the framework for you to integrate this kind of amazing discovery process in your product development. And so I would recommend everyone, if you're anywhere closely related to building products, any kind of product, I think this is a great book to read. So shout out to Teresa Torres for that as well.